Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another neki broadcast. Today we are doing something different. We are casting in a live fashion. So I'm playing versus one and only the Black Sword. Now this guy is absolutely fantastic. He is an all-time player, very strong, and we are playing on Caves of the Basilisk. And I am Undead, which is not the best faction, I must agree. Okay, so definitely going with a bat here. But we will have to basically rush here as fast as possible and pray. And if we are not praying, then we should, simply because if you get a bad start with Undead, then you are going to struggle for the rest of the game. Definitely recruiting a ghost here, simply because some players do like to do some shenanigans with calves if he's undead. Well, we are undead if he's loyalist, I mean. So I just need here to start recruiting some archers just in case he is undead and well, he's loyalist. There you go, I did it again. So there is an archer here, and perhaps I should also recruit, not sure, another archer or two adepts, not really sure. Perhaps, well, I definitely need another unit here. Let me just go with an adept just in case. There it is. And I would say yet another adept, if you ask me. But at the same time, I feel that I should recruit another ghost. Why? Because it's 19 gold, it's ladder era, by the way, and because I need mobility. So if I do recruit a ghost, and I do get, for example, this village, then based on what's going on here, I can quickly move to the other side. Also the ghost has, I believe, decent visibility here. Also it's relatively decent on villages, relatively decent versus drakes in the beginning. So for this reason, keen on recruiting the ghost. It's quite good on these caves as well. Let's do something different. Let's try this dual ghost strategy. Problem is, if he is Drake, for example, I can assure you I will not be recruiting another ghost the whole game, and perhaps having two ghosts is not such a bad idea after all. Remains to be seen whether I will get to regret this or not, but I did it already. Anyway, so as I was saying, the Black Sword, really strong player, really calculated. He does not rush, so perhaps casting live here was not the best of ideas. So he's not stalling by any means. He just, whenever there is a very important turn, he would just analyze and you know, take his time. But as you can see, when it's straightforward, he simply plays. He does not mess about. And we are going versus Elf, which means that my dual ghost strategy is not that bad. This one is not quick. Perhaps better to push the shield forward, keep the adept behind. He's joking about, and I am, what am I doing here? Definitely this one is taking the village because there is a scout lurking about. This one definitely taking this village, so it could go either way, even on this side. And perhaps perhaps should I just take the ghost? 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Let's just do this. 1 2 3 4 5. That should be good enough. Good village grabbing pattern, I feel, and this ghost can prove to be useless or can prove to be a total waste of gold. Only time will tell. Undead are quite weak, if you ask me. Especially if he starts amassing wowsers. I do have ghosts to respond, however, in case he backs those wowsers with some mages, it will be quite difficult for me. So I can't really wait around for long. I do need to increase my numbers relatively quickly, and I do need to make good use of these numbers relatively soon. Possibly the second cycle I need to have a very strong attack on this side, with some bones on this side being pesky. Perhaps an adept as well. An adept is always causing tension, simply because it can always decide to hit 2 out of 2, which never happens for us, as we know, and then it suddenly turns a normal, calm situation into an absolute hell for the enemy. But seeing as I'm having 2 ghosts here, I can already put some pressure on, this village here, the other village. So for example, a ghost here can, so 1 in this cave, 2 here, that's fine, but a ghost here can threaten these 2 villages. Perhaps another ghost here can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, can get a bit of scouting in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can really 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not quite. A bat would be better at this, however the bat can be bullied back relatively easily. Anyway, we shall see here what's going on. By the looks of it, I think, because he's trying here to deny scouting, I think he has some wowsers hidden here somewhere, and not sure if this was a misclick or just being pesky. I can tell you one thing, I'm not going to be bothered about this particular village, maybe this one, and not even that. I will be absolutely fine. As you can see, these scouts are quite pesky. They can really put a lot of pressure, and if they do grab a village, and if you do not zone of control them, then there's always the danger of Elf starting to pile up his mage numbers, right? So that's when situations become problematic, because mages simply kill everything Undead has, and I literally mean everything. They don't care. So if you have them in high numbers and you manage to get away with this mage-centric recruit in the beginning, then you are in for a great game. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough, I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. I need to see. I need eyes on his potential wowsers. Hate this leader. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Called it. So I would say here wows, just so I don't forget where it's going. So considering he recruited the wows, he will have to basically use it out in the open right now. Probably my attack will not do much, so there's no reason for me to particularly rush. Perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perhaps this would be okay, so I can go back for the scout as well. And of course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on what's happening here, I can choose to go back with the adept. So that should be good enough to take care of this elvish scout. So considering that he went with another wows, I think it's safe to recruit yet another ghost, dare say. Not really sure, but this wows is definitely not defending here, so yeah, if the wows is not defending there, there's no right, so he needs to cover this village somehow. Probably this fighter will go here. This particular ghost can also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 can go here, where I'm not really so sure about that. Anyway, it can be pesky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it can be pesky. That's definitely a possibility. To this ghost here, I don't think it's in danger. Yeah, it's a dexterous scout, but it just means that I'll be tickled harder. That's all there is to it. Now, because I saw a wows and not a ghost, because I saw a wows and not a mage, I could go ahead and recruit another ghost, but this would mean that my army would be very, very weak. And I kind of want to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, the ghost would be quite nice in zoning out the elvish scout a bit. You know what? I'm going to do just that. I'm going to recruit yet another ghost, and I will take it from there. So I'm going to recruit yet another ghost. There it is. 3 ghosts. He should definitely start recruiting mages now, and I will be recruiting adepts, simply because adepts at night, they kill mages as well. Perhaps some more skeletons, but yeah, I'm going to test ghosts versus elves. Knowing my luck, it's not going to fare too well, but you only live once, and you only get to play versus the Black Sword once every couple of years, so might as well try something spicy. Only for you, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to try this heavy ghost strategy. Now, saying this, well, one reason why I recruited yet another ghost was because there is a wows here and there is an elvish marksman, so I'm not going to be dealing a lot of damage. Even if I do grab this village, I know you can say, oh, marksman deals pierce damage, and that's not a problem, but if you think about it, I believe it will deal 4 damage per hit to a skeleton, so that would be particularly painful when it ignores the 60% defense. So yeah, it's probably going to be, given this leader, it's going to be a long game, and I would need to attack on both sides. Now, having 1 ghost per flank, it's a good idea. Having 3 ghosts, I'm not so sure, but whenever I play Undead, I find myself in this annoying situation where I am supposed to be swarming the enemy. However, the enemy can outmaneuver me, whereas if you do throw a ghost in the mix, you at least have the possibility to cut back his retreat during the day, right? So he can't really outmaneuver you. Undead have the worst movement, so hills 2 movement penalty, forest 2 movement penalty, same with adepts, and as you can see, sometimes, I believe, no, sometimes, let's call it sometimes, I think 33% of the time you do not get quick adepts, so that makes maneuvering all that more difficult. So the only way you can maneuver is using these ghosts, right? So especially since they are 19 gold, might as well try it out. So I've lost so many undead games where I've been pushing blindly during my first attack, possibly also following up on the second cycle, simply because I got outmaneuvered. It's incredibly frustrating, but that is the reality. So from now on, I would recommend, based on my personal experience, 1 ghost per flank, to try to lock that fight in at the right time of day and try to cut back on the opponent's greed, because they can get really greedy knowing they can get away with so much. Now, what is going on here? I'm obviously not seeing this flank of the castle, but what I suspect is happening here. Okay, no, forget that, scratch that. So what will happen here is that the fight is going to take place on the eastern flank. Now, I'm not sure what exactly he did here. I mean, does he have something hidden in the dark? I mean, I don't understand here. Did I actually trick him with the ghost? It's very hard for me to understand. I actually tricked him with the ghost, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. He probably thought I'm taking the ghost back into the fight, and yeah, unless I forgot to compute gold and he has a wows hidden here, then it would be him tricking me. So I'm not sure about who tricked whom, but yeah, I think I got away with this ghost. I would like to think that. So yay, we got a village, which is absolutely fantastic. And as you can see here, it's difficult. Considering I got a village, I'm not even interested to take any risks, so I'll be just pushing my ghost forward, and I will be mimicking an attack here. This should look scary enough. This one here as well. Yeah, I guess this one could be also a bit bolder. However, I do want to go back to this village if it comes to that. And this should be enough. It's not a strong fighter. This one is resilient, so I might as well bait a bit here with this one. Yeah, I could bait a bit. See what he does. Scare him a bit. Not sure if I should take the bat back. Not really sure. Anyway, guess I could also start recruiting for the defense already. So for example, I could recruit a ghoul, right? At least be able to tank a bit those mages. I mean, I am ahead, right? So no reason to rush into anything at this moment in time. I need to make sure I survive the day attack, and then once I have a ghoul here and a ghoul here, I can just fill everything up with adepts. Again, I'm going this defensive route. Why? Because I somehow managed to trick him with this village, so I get bigger income, right? Otherwise, probably I should have kept upping my adept numbers. However, I can afford to be a bit slower in my development simply because I do have the cash to raise the numbers of my army relatively quickly. I mean, this ghost will show it will have to leave next turn, but I did slow his mage recruits at least, so it's not a massive rush. I will have a better army than his, and I'm half tempted to recruit yet another ghost. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3. No, nothing coming here. Okay, that's it. Not really sure what to do with this bat. Probably try to be annoying a bit. Well, not too annoying, I guess. He could zone of control here, so could also kill this. If his zone of control's here, though, it's really not the best for him. So I guess I will. Really difficult to make up my mind with this bat. Could also try to get full visibility of what he's doing, with complete disregard for this one here, simply because if it does start a fight, I need to. But I do have good visibility with the ghost, so I'm not sure. Let's just not take any risks. So if it does decide to go kind of all in on this adept and get the village, knowing that my ghosts are here, and pushing with the leader or doing some kind of all-in. I don't feel like taking any risks now. It's probably highly unlikely he would do that anyway, but you know, just sit on your advantage and make sure that advantage starts paying dividends. So I'm not going to risk this one, especially since I do have, I know it seems like it's night and I'm at an advantage, but if this particular Elvish fighter hits one hit too many on the skeleton archer, and then this strong Elvish scout lands some hits as well, well, he would still need a lot of time to kill me. But again, remember, he has a wows here, so if he pushes his wows forward and he manages to zock me, then he can fight with the wows, and the wows does not really care if it's night or not. But you know, I can afford to lose an archer and trade efficiently here, perhaps killing the scout. Remains to be seen. I don't think he'll go for the skeleton archer, to be honest. I personally don't think so. And remember, these ghosts, they are 19 gold, but the 19 is still a high price to pay, right? So I believe that I mean, I don't believe it's obvious that, for example, I would have had 9 recruits if I did not recruit so many ghosts, right? So there it is. There is the mage, quick. Unfortunately for us, he shouldn't, because we took this village, he shouldn't have, again it's a big should, he shouldn't have gold for yet another mage, if you asked me. But at the same time, if he does want to make a statement here with the leader, he should bring his leader towards the ghost. Otherwise, I might just take the risk and stay there with my ghost. So, yeah, it's really up to him. However, this ghost is not, it has already paid for itself. So if this was an archer, the archer wouldn't have been able to do that, obviously. And you see here, yeah, the leader trying to intimidate me. Basically, the leader is saying, you need to take this ghost out, like right now. And fair enough, I'm not going to argue with that. I already created enough of a distraction on this side. I'll have to be careful though here, because he might be pushing with this mage forward, and I do need some muscle here. I can't be relying solely on my ghost now to defend, which is what I want to do. Remember, I am undead. In theory, if we ignore these ghosts, I do have cheaper units, and I should be able to swarm. But remember, these fighters, they are quite good versus undead. They deal quite reliable damage, especially strong ones. So he can also swarm back, more or less. He does need these core units here, the wowsers and the mage. Now he does, you know, seize control of this village, which I should perhaps capitalize on, but I don't have the appetite for it anymore, simply because if I do take the village with the skeleton archer, I'll be target practice for the wows and the fighter. If I do take the village with the skeleton, I'll be target practice for the shaman, who does want to slow me down. So no matter how you put it, I am target practice, right? So I really don't want to be in that position. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really sure here how I should best play it. Probably now, considering everything that's been going on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that should do it. I'm definitely not forcing the issue here. I mean, look, 5-4 marksman. It's just not going to be pretty. It's not going to be a pretty sight. Now, I do have, man, adding some more pressure here, which is fine, but it's not going to result in anything major. I do need here a ghoul, and probably ghoul leader and a ghost should be enough to fend off these forces, followed by an adept if he becomes really insistent on this flank. But I do need the ghoul there as soon as possible. As you can see, I'm already preparing my day defense, because this is what people that got the village do. Right, now I'm not really sure here. Can scout a bit with the ghost, definitely. Okay, I mean, look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. It's just not going to be pretty. I can try to put the bat in the center, simply because the bat is not going to be much use on this side anyway. The ghost is much better. So, and I already have a ghost here to kind of see what is going on. No, definitely not getting this village now. It's basically feeding him units, and this wows is going to hurt so much. The good news is he does not yet have a mage on this side, and hopefully he won't be able to recruit one now. So remains to be seen. He can still Zoc here. Okay, I'll put the bat here, and I'll just have to do my best with the ghost to scout this. Should be good enough, I feel. In terms of my attack here, I should just enjoy. I shouldn't be putting any pressure at this point. No reason to. Yeah. Well, yeah, this was is going to hurt. Remains to be seen here if I manage to fight it off during next day. As far as things go here, I'm not really sure whether pushing this ghost forward will achieve anything or not. I'm going to push the ghost forward anyway. Probably it's just best to keep it here until the ghoul comes and contributes a bit to what's going on there. So yeah, not much happening, relatively slow game. The only thing that happened is basically me managing to get this village with the ghost. Now, you have to be consistent, so you can't just recruit these ghosts and then think that you can put a lot of pressure. You do have to play for the long term. It's very rare. I mean, there are very rare situations when you can do two things at once in Wesnoth. I mean, strategically speaking, tactically, it's a bit more, it's a bit easier, right, to make a particular move that blocks particular access to your units, and at the same time be an excellent offensive move. So you can have defensive / offensive moves tactically, but from a strategic perspective, it's very difficult to go for a heavy ghost recruit in order to have a relatively decent game in terms of mobility and scouting, and at the same time expect to be able to get this village and hold on to it. If I had another adept here, yeah, perhaps. However, remember, there is a wows here, and this wows does not die to adepts hitting 2 out of 2. Also, adepts actually increase the defense of the wows, so I do need some skeletons, right? So it's going to be interesting when this wows is going to attack, and I will be relying on my luck, which is absolutely terrible, to be able to use this 60% defense towards my advantage. I will be recruiting yet another ghoul, he has an Elvish shaman, but remember he's going to use the shaman once to slow, and then the shaman would get poison, right? So then it's going to become a problem for him. Then he does have an archer. The archer will get poisoned as well, and he does not have a mage on this flank, so he can either choose to apply some pressure on this side with the mage and then push all his army on this side, but then this side will be relatively weak. Without a mage, I will definitely be able to sit on my villages and wait. Or he's going to walk the mage all the way to this side, and in this case I will see exactly what's going on, and the mage will not reach me in time anyway. So I'm really curious what he will do with this mage at this point. It's really, the mage positioning is really important. That is his time to attack with the mage, and deal damage, make its impact. But if he fails, and if I survive this first day rush, then I'll be in an absolutely fantastic position, because remember, now I have my, this is the mage. He's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not going to be able to put pressure right now, but he's going to put some pressure later on. It's great that I have this ghoul in place. This is the value of the ghost here, scouting everything, and I am going to push my bat forward and get even better intel on what exactly is he doing. So he's banking. So he's banking. This means that I am in a fantastic position to defend whatever it's coming on me. He might be able to recruit yet another mage, but this attack here will not do much. Probably should hide this, but I don't want to, and I don't feel like it's needed. And now it's really important, what do I recruit? Do I fear this attack here, right? Or do I fear this small mage incursion? I'm saying it's small, but the mage, if he does hit 3 out of 3, he can deal a lot of damage. Now I do have the ghost to help out either left or right, and that's the beauty of recruiting ghosts. And now I don't need to keep my ghost in water here. I can just move it towards the center of the map, and be happy with it. Now he can still zock me here, and I don't like being zocked. Don't really appreciate it. So now it's more difficult for him to zock me. He can slow me down, again, something that I don't particularly appreciate. He can also attack here from this side, and it will be... No, I'm just going to go back, to be honest. No reason in staying around, getting some damage in. I mean, helping him get his damage in. No reason whatsoever. Okay, if he does want to go and attack this ghost, be my guest, no problem with me. I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I do have the bat, so if worst comes to worst, then I do have the bat there. So I'm guessing I'm going to put the ghost in the middle. Can go either way. There is the scout here, so the scout is trying to be sneaky. As always, not a problem. So from this perspective, I would say that this side is fine. However, I would feel a bit better if I had yet another ghoul, because if one ghoul dies to a lucky wows, then I have no way to poison his army. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the ghost. I should be fine on this side, really fine. Should not be a problem anymore. Here, if it does decide to push back, the ghoul should be able to withstand the first attack, and I can always recruit something more and then push my leader forward so the leader can help here. So from this perspective, I'm happy with that. I could recruit now, to be on the complete safe side, I could recruit an archer, and that would really seal things off. He won't be able to do much, and I'm going to do just that. Well, okay, so with the archer here, I should be able to attack the elvish fighter and the scout with absolutely no problem, and with the leader here I should be able to actually get kills. And you might say, oh Neki, you invested too much on this side, what about this side, what about turning the attack around? Remember, I can always move my ghost to the other side relatively quickly, and then I have 2 units here, which it's a fair amount of units considering the fact that he does have 3 units. So yeah, that's the beauty of stealing that village there. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, this is an absolutely airtight defense. We are not going to be broken during his attack, and things are going to be all right, especially since this Wows can't really go around this clump of terrain. He can't really attack well, so I believe we are going to be absolutely fantastic during the next attack, which is going to happen simultaneously on both right hand side and left hand side. And from now on, with gold permitting me, I will be recruiting adepts only, because I do have the shields, the bones, the poison soldiers. I do have them here, and if you think about it, even if I went a bit more adept heavy, I wouldn't have been able to deal a lot of damage here. He would have just recruited lots of fighters, which are excellent versus undead anyway. And even if, you know, the best I could have gotten here would have been an equal exchange, which does not really suit me. Does he see now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Not yet. But if he could see this archer, he would be like, no, what? I really didn't expect this. Okay, there is the small incursion here. I can see exactly what he's recruiting, so if he's planning on hiding another Wows, then this has 2 movement penalty, so should be fine. So if he's planning on hiding another Wows, it should be no problem for us. And okay, he's trying to move the fight towards this side. It's a bit too little too late. I feel there's not going to be a major fight on this side, I can tell you that right now. Or perhaps this was a misclick, I'm not really sure, but this is a very odd move. So he could also be trying to protect his villages, for example this village here, which the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which the bat can take. He's in a difficult position now. I feel that we somehow have the superior mobility due to our ghost recruit, so I'm starting to think that this might be worth it. Recruit 2 or 3 ghosts for increased mobility, and then you can be the one controlling the game. In the beginning it will always be Elf controlling the game due to these scouts with absolutely disgusting mobility. Anyway, whatever he does, we know. If he banks, we will know it, then we can be extremely aggressive. If he pushes forward, okay, he's banking. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. There's no point in us doing anything at dawn, really, so I'm not going to force the issue. Maybe here can still see absolutely everything perfectly. So now we are going to go for those adepts. Definitely not letting him zone of control this particular. So if he does end up killing the ghoul, then so be it. No problem from my side. I could even try to bring my vampire bat as well. Definitely bring the ghost here, trying to cut off any retreat. And on this side where the actual fight is going to take place later on, I am going to recruit a Dark Adept, and then I am going to wait one turn and recruit another Dark Adept, and then another Dark Adept after that, and so on and so forth. Might not have enough Dark Adepts actually, thinking about it, but 2, 3, 4. Going to just stay out of reach of this wows. Well, maybe out of reach of this one as well. He's not going to do absolutely anything. He can try to put some damage in. No, it's just, I'm not going to let him. He's not going to attack. I know it, he knows it. Maybe even put the ghost on this side so I can scout. Yeah, not really sure, but he's not going to attack. And I am going to create these adepts and I'm going to attack back. Here it should be fine, and this one over here sees absolutely everything that's going on, and from this perspective on this side 5 should be here, should discourage any kind of aggression. And now hopefully that's it. Next turn I'm definitely moving my units forward no matter what. It's really important. The placement of this wows will be really important, and perhaps I should have computed my steps a bit differently here to be able to, because now it's a bit frustrating because I can only recruit another skeleton. I can't really recruit a third adept, and I really need a third adept. Wow, we shall see. Recruiting another adept at dawn, not the worst of things, but I feel that the attack would be much stronger if I could have another skeleton fighter, considering that he does have this particular wows. Skeleton fighters would be a bit better suited in dealing with the wows at night, but it remains to be seen here what is going to happen. Again, he can't really create a line here because I do have the ghosts, so I can go behind enemy lines and my units will not die that quickly, simply because I do have poison. Remember, poison and the ghost behind your unit is actually going to, it's a valid strategy on its own. So I believe 2 adepts should be enough if they do hit. I sometimes find myself missing a lot when I recruit 4 or 5 adepts, and that is really, really frustrating, and they just simply die to whatever 14 gold units your opponent is throwing at you, and this is something extremely frustrating. That's why, although it might seem a bit it might seem extremely tempting to go heavy on adepts, it might be better to have a more balanced unit composition like I am having now. Okay, he does need to recruit anything at this point. I'm not going to go easy on him. I do need to go all in at this point, and he will be forced to recruit defensive units like wowsers. He does not have any other choice. He's not going for it, is he? Is he going to go for it? That would be something. If he's not, then I'm going to poison him next turn. There's no question about that. I'm not sitting around for him to bank. It's going to be a tricky one. So if he's not recruiting now, I'm definitely pushing my units forward. 50% goal. He can go here on the forest, no problem. I don't really care. I can get the forest with the ghost. I can even poison this scout. So next turn it will be still afternoon. He still hasn't recruited yet, so he's being extremely cheeky here. And I'm not really sure how to play this, if I'm completely honest with you. So there's two ways to play this. One is well, I guess three ways to play this. One is basically stay out of harm's way and avoid the wows, and try to inch forward, right? Another way to play this would be just go right next to him and challenge him. Say, attack me if you can, no problem. I don't think that's necessary, simply because next turn it will be dawn and I'll be able to put a lot of pressure, right? So I'm guessing being a bit more conservative is like, okay, sure, you want to attack me, go for it, but you're going to have to attack into this. My adept is going to be here. Should probably stay away from the forest. So tell him, look, attack this if you want, if you really want. Maybe attack this as well, 60%. Slow this if you want. Yeah, go for it. There's a forest here. Also, maybe tell him something like, there's a forest here, you can slow me down, no problem. You can also tell him 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you could also tell him, look, sure, attack me here. Look, you have a quick, intelligent fighter. Get him into the forest. Juicy attack. So I'm still pushing forward because this is actually an important placement. I could do a pincer move here. So it's still pushing my units forward, right? This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can still contribute to the fight. So perhaps putting my ghosts forward here would not be the worst of ideas. Or perhaps keeping the ghost back because the ghost has the most movement would also be fine. Not really sure here what would be the best move. Maybe even putting the ghost in the middle of nowhere would also be, again, fine. But I'm basically saying to him, sure, want to fight, let's fight. I don't have a problem with that. I'm making sure the wows can only attack these ghouls. So I'm going to recruit another skeleton. I feel that I should create a lot of pressure here, and next I would be recruiting another archer, depends on what I see, but this is going to be a massive attack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coming, and I am thinking perhaps there's no way for him to know where my ghost is placed unless he sees it on this side. So probably with the ghost gone from here, he will, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, this should be enough to So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, it's a dexterous one. Dexterous one can still see what's going on here from here. Also from here, so it should be fine. Okay, I'm just going to retreat him enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I should be able to see absolutely everything from here. So should be good enough on this side. And I can also try to go this way or the other way, etc. Now, I'm not sure about this ghost. Should I take a risk here? Probably I should. But I want to put the ghost in such a way that he does not see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2. If he does make 2 movements forward, he will still won't be able to see. So if it does 3, then he will probably be able to see. Oh, it's just too many computations here. Let's just push it and let the dice roll. Oh, forgot about this Elvish fighter. So definitely I should move my ghost back. Now in terms of this side, again, trying to move my ghost here simply because I can be a bit more mobile. I can help the other side, and that should be, I believe, good enough. Okay. Too much second guessing here, I guess. Probably if we had a timer, I would have been a bit quicker in making decisions. But now the decision is on him. Okay, so he sees everything he needs to see at this point. Does he go for the attack with the vows? Does he retreat? I'm not really sure. Remains to be seen. He was greedy. He's definitely banking here. So I need to be greedy myself. So I need to make sure I show him I mean business, so that his next recruits happen on the left hand side rather than on the right hand side. So I do need the fight to happen here. If the fight happens on the right hand side, it means I seize initiative in this game. He will be the one attacking, I'll be the one defending, he will be the one dictating the direction in which the game flows. So I do want, at least I want this, I do want the game to happen on this side. I feel it's important because this village is relatively close to me and relatively far away from his keep, whereas in the other position here, not really sure. There's always the possibility of getting 2 villages, but this one is a bit tucked in. It's difficult to get, so you end up getting this village here, but then it's so difficult to retreat with this clump of land. Here, on the other hand, it's easier to retreat, I feel, because you can already scale or go around the clump of land from the first turn when you retreat from the village. So yeah, as you can see, he's not taking any risks. So this is another important element of the game, knowing your opponent. So he's not going to be taking risks. I do have a balanced unit composition on this side: 2 ghosts, 2 skeletons, 2 ghouls, 2 adepts. If I had another adept instead of this archer, could have been even a bit better. But you know, you can't have everything perfect. You do have to improvise a bit, and I will not be improvising now. All I will be doing is pushing my units forward, next to forest, next to mountains, next to water, and there it is. I've already done my job. So Had he recruited mages, then I would have been in a heap of trouble, because he would have had a mobile army for the next day cycle, and it meant he would have been comfortable enough to attack, maybe switch sides, go on this side, because he's not comfortable doing that. He recruited the wows. He needs some meat here to defend on this side, and probably now I can't really break this. If he, okay, there it is. Finally, he starts spending his gold. I think it's my turn now to bank a little, simply because I don't think I can break this. I don't have enough units on this side. I would need one more adept to put pressure. So, simply put, I don't have enough adepts. So I play this so well, and I perfectly computed my each and every step so that I don't die to the first day counter-attack from TBS, that I ended up with not having enough adepts. So yeah, what can you do? You can't have them all. I should have probably been a bit greedier, and I should have recruited more adepts rather than so many ghouls, and I'm definitely poisoning this. I don't care at this point. I have been too cautious, and I am going to even go here on 60%. Not really sure if that is the best of ideas, but I'm going to show the fact that I am not scared, and what better way to show that you're not scared than mindlessly pushing your units forward. It's not that mindless if you think about it, because this one has 3 slots, but it's on 60%. This one is on 40%, but only has 2 slots. This one deals poison, so it doesn't matter where he is supposed to take a beating anyway. And this one is protected and can attack from all sorts of sides. This one is also protected and is on 50%. And now I could even go with this one 50%, considering there are no mages. So yeah, that should be good enough. This one as well doesn't really matter, and Bat is not doing much here anyway, so I'm just going to heal him up, and perhaps using on this side or on this side, not really sure. Do have a lot of units on this side. I'm not sure Bat is needed, perhaps for tanking a bit. I'm going to put him on this side and going to move this skeleton forward. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to save up some money for adepts. Now I'm going to try to be a bit tricky here with my ghost. I do need the ghost for scouting. I do need to know what's going on. Perhaps if I really wanted to go the long game, another bat, but it would be just a waste. I need to increase those adept numbers. What I could do here, I could recruit a walking corpse. It's always good to recruit a walking corpse, and I would still have enough overhead to recruit those adepts. So it's probably a good idea now, as I'm waiting for adepts, just recruit a walking corpse, send him on this flank, and perhaps another walking corpse on this flank as well, and see what happens. Now, in terms of the ghost, I'm not really sure here what I am supposed to do. Perhaps trying to show a bit of, for example, this one would be a good spot, right? Trying to show a bit of courage here would not be the worst of ideas. So I could also try with the ghost, try to keep 3 units engaged here, considering there is another elvish fighter coming. So from this perspective it would not be the worst of ideas. So maybe put the ghost here, so it can also threaten here, but also can go back or go towards the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it can block this archer. It can do all sorts of things. It's always useful to have a ghost, and if things go a bit careless on this side, I can always commit the ghost. Anyway, I'm really curious about this attack here. It's afternoon and I am in this position. I would say I played pretty well, strategically speaking, and the only drawback that I have to blame myself for is the fact that I do not have more adepts. I have too little adepts. Okay, let's see what happens here. It's a large army, a massive army. I don't see what he's doing here, but he does have 2 houses so far, as far as I could count. There is a fighter here as well, and it's going to be absolutely terrible. Probably now, if I'm thinking again, 4 or 5 turns from now, I should recruit walking corpses. Why? It's really important to have walking corpses to turn the game around. A losing fight can quickly turn around if you do make a zombie on the battlefield. So it's basically recruiting in the middle of the battlefield, right? So it's really important to have them, and they do not generate upkeep. So if the Black Sword wants to play the upkeep game, then so be it. I can have the walking corpses, no problem, and I can at least have 2 on each side, and for the rest of the game, or for the, let's say, for a good swathe of the game, I could keep recruiting these walking corpses and slowly increase my advantage over the Black Sword. That would be one way to do it. Another strategy is to keep recruiting these adepts and go for an absolutely massive attack. The problem is that mass adepts versus mass wowsers will always lose, or almost always lose, so it's not even funny. So I'm not really sure. I do need these skeletons, but again, filling the army with skeletons and dark adepts versus an army made of wowsers. Wowsers will always be more cost efficient. It's 20 gold per upkeep, right? Another strategy would be to try to create a level 2 ghost, and with that level 2 ghost, I at least have a good weapon versus these wowsers. So starting the fight would be absolutely key. Another strategy would be to just simply get this village and hold on to it and try to exchange, try to get the ghost in that fighting, but that means I would be fighting during daytime, and during daytime I deal absolutely no damage. Sure, I can poison, but poison needs time to deal its effect, so it's tricky. No matter what I do, it's tricky. I feel that he does have the more cost efficient units to go the long game. So for example, Elvish fighters and wowsers, they work like peanut butter and jam together versus Undead. So yeah, it's really, it seems like I'm putting the pressure, but the Black Sword has done a great job banking, so he's not that far behind. I think he has already covered the cost of the village. So when this village was in my possession and generating income for me and not generating income for him, I think he already got that back through his aggressive banking strategy. He should have a lot of mages now, or at least the possibility to recruit a lot of mages, and whatever attack he's going to do next, it's going to be absolutely deadly. Wows next to wows next to mage, that is not a pretty sight if you are undead. Well, I'm not really sure what am I supposed to do here other than take the village and do my best. I can be extremely aggressive here on this side And as you can see, I didn't need tons of adepts to intimidate him. I intimidated him with only 2 adepts in my current army composition, simply because if these 2 adepts go 2 out of 2, whatever is on this village dies, and then I can take it, and then he will be in a world of hurt. Plus poisoning his army. These are also great ways to intimidate him, right? So I could also poison his fighter and force some kind of skirmish here, but it all depends on what he recruited, on which side, and how he moved his troops. So far it seems he has moved all of his troops towards this side, which means that I can put some pressure here with the skeleton and with the ghoul, but I have to be careful not to be zone of controlled by this scout who is lurking somewhere and waiting for some cost-efficient exchanges to happen, and for his units to get some experience. So I have to be really careful here. I don't have enough army on this side, and these units, they don't deal damage. They do need an adept with them to have that oomph factor, that no matter what unit tries to zone of control me, I will be able to clear it. So yeah, I'm not really sure what would be the best move. Again, I could try to bank based on what I'm seeing here. I could try to bank, so I'm going to have a look. Okay, he's really okay. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's not a pretty sight. So you see these mages here. So that's going to be an absolutely massive attack. So I can either recruit adepts, or I can recruit more ghouls, and basically mass ghouls would make it a bit uncomfortable for him to fight against. But remember, even if I do have ghouls, then he will have his slots around the ghoul, and he will eventually clear the ghoul. So I have to be careful with that. So no matter what I do, he is going to cause a lot of hurt. Now, what I can do is gain a lot of ground now. That's the only thing I can do. I can gain a lot of ground now, and I can, for example, go here, and then let's see here. I have to be careful not to be in range of these mages, which is easier said than done. So I am going to put my goal here. And I am going to push my units forward as far as I can. And probably this one would be good enough, I feel. And I have to be careful, I must not forget to take the village. So probably the ghost on this side will not be that terrible. And this one here, and perhaps this one here would be good enough. Okay, that's a decent army here, and if he does attack into that, I should be able to clear all his troops. So from this perspective, I should be fine. Now, seeing this army here with all these mages, I'm tempted to recruit. Not really sure. Whatever I recruit now will not serve me for a very long time, so it's better to recruit it a bit later, I feel, because by the time an adept I recruit now reaches this, it will be already day, and I do have a lot of unit that I need to retreat and place. So from this perspective, I would say that just recruiting walking corpses, you know, with this much army, and these mages especially, you are bound, no matter if he does kill me in a very cost-efficient fashion, he is bound to expose a mage sooner or later, or another unit for that matter. So once he exposes the unit, the walking corpses are able to convert that unit into a zombie. And once the zombie conversion starts, he will have lots of issues. Now, from my experience, especially when I play, the first zombie dies immediately, no question asked. So it's a neki zombie, right? So the second zombie, he might get a chance to hit before it dies, but misses and dies anyway. So only the third zombie has a fair chance that normal zombies have to convert a unit. So you actually need 3 zombies. Now, I am going to split these zombies a bit. So I'm going to put this zombie here or here to defend against some village pressure. So I'm not going to put them all 3 on one side, but I do want to have some zombies. I do want that potential to convert a unit into zombies. It's the fear factor. And for a fact, if I remember the Black Sword correctly, he especially fears zombies. So he actually likes to go for the zombies first. So yeah, I will be recruiting these zombies, and it's my way of basically keeping my upkeep high. Okay. In terms of this one here, it will die, so I'm not going to wait around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So perhaps this one is not really sure, to be honest. Probably here. And on this side, okay, this ghost is going to be useless. Might as well just, for the cameras, put some pressure on this side. I'm sure there is a, yeah, there it is. So there is a, and I do want him to feel pressured, right? So I'm sure, yeah, he can grab the village, of course. No, he cannot. So I do want him to feel pressured on this side. Just a bit. Now commit some forces on this side, even if I'm absolutely parking my units into your village on the other side. So now I do have a good mix of units that can deal with whatever he throws at me, and some walking corpses just for as an insurance policy in that big fight that is bound to come sooner or later. Now, he has basically spent all his bank. Now his upkeep, especially with me taking this village, is working against him. So if I keep recruiting walking corpses, I will be able to win the upkeep fight. However, I'm not sure this is going to be an upkeep fight. It really depends on what he does here, how he places his units, how he attacks, right? So he has a 28 hit point ghoul, which is the weak link in the chain. He also has 3 slots on it, but whatever he decides to do, he will get some retail back. Of course, he won't get a retail against the mage, but if he does miss with the mage, then his mage is suddenly in a very difficult position. So you can see these ghosts here. They came in handy to close the line. They're really important. They came in handy to basically fight relatively on par against these elvish scouts, you know, fight for the scouting game. So from this perspective, I would say that it's absolutely imperative to, at least against elf, to mix a healthy number of ghosts with your army. Now, I'm not really sure. It's up to him. We can only speculate what he will do. He does have some units to worry about here. Of course, with the ghost trying to play mind games with the scout, so he will need to have some sort of response on this side, most definitely. Even if it is putting the scout here and bringing another unit, it's still something. He can always switch sides, definitely. He can take the mages towards the right, and then I would be into a world of hurt. However, I do have a village here, and if he does decide to take the mages now, so if he wants an attack, a grand attack the next day here, surprise attack, he will already need to take the mages kind of in the middle at least. But if he recruited them here and then he still puts them here as a deterrent, then he won't have any meaningful attack. I mean, he will still be able to attack on this village, but based on the timing of the attack, it will not be very impactful, right? So yeah, I'm not sure here. I'm not sure if recruiting these walking corpses will pay off in the future. Probably I should have recruited only one, because now I realize that I will lose this village relatively soon, and then my income will drop. Now I could also just sit here and fight on this village until the end of time and keep exchanging units, but these mages exchange pretty well. If they are first to hit, it hurts, and it hurts so bad, and I don't really have a response for that, because if I do put my adepts forward, then the fighters, they hurt pretty bad. Same with the wowsers. Everything hurts versus undead. I know it looks like undead has a lot of resistance, but it also has a lot of vulnerabilities. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, it's difficult to expose a single unit because it can just die if the correct counter to it is applied. Well, with this being said, I'm not really sure how the way he places his mages is key here. So it all comes down to how he places his mages. I can definitely not take on this army with only 2 adepts. I need more adepts, and I'm not working towards them. I'm working towards walking corpses, apparently, which are going to be a pain, simply because I'm not going to... I mean, they only have 4 movement, right? So but I'm sure I'll find a use for them, hopefully later on. Anyway, we are waiting for the mage placement. So it's going to be left hand side, right hand side, middle, passive aggressive, right? At this moment in time, I don't really have a good option here. I can try to attack the quick intelligent one, but I bet this is what he wants us to do, simply because I go to this corner, I attack the quick intelligent one, I fail, I get mad, and then I am stuck in this corner with the time of day changing, and with 3 mages and an angry leader absolutely plowing through my undead units. I mean, these ghosts, they don't stand a chance versus all these mages. And the leader, I can't really be fighting this leader at this point. The way to go here is, I feel the way to go here is basically build another adept on this side and another 2 adepts on this side, and basically go on both sides. Okay, at least we know one thing for sure. He is going to go for an attack here, so there's no way he's going to change sides. I mean, if he does change sides, let's see, so he will be at second watch, he will be, let's say, this mage is not getting anywhere, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then at dawn he will be this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will be even more behind, so let's go for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this will be second watch, dawn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can put a pressure with only this mage. That's it. Okay, and he's recruiting a shaman as well. He has definitely spent all his bank. He's basically, this is it, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to end. When I say here, right now, I don't actually mean right here, right now, but this is going to end. Definitely is going to end either now or at his next attack. And I'm really curious here. Yeah, he's going to try to slow down my whatever unit I put here. He's going to try and slow it down and then kill it. So even if I do keep a unit on this village, he's going to try and kill it, slow it down, and then use the wowzers on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. Now I could try to strike first, considering that it's first watch. So I'll have first watch, I'll have second watch, right? I could try to strike first, and I could try to enhance my army behind the front line and just keep staying on this advantage, right? But I just find it's very difficult. If I don't hit here 2 out of 2, then it's going to be extremely difficult. Quick, resilient, intelligent. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Only for you. It's been an absolute pleasure. So normally, if I would have more patience, what would we do here? We would retreat, leave 1 unit here. The problem is he's going to slow it down, or it depends, he might miss. If he misses, then we are fine. If he doesn't miss, then we lost the ghoul and gave him some experience, right? So yeah, I can't really hit this walls very well. So 6-3 means 18 plus 18. That would be let's say 30, because I'm going to miss once. So then it will be 12, no, 22, and then it's going to be difficult. I need to basically hit almost everything. So normally I would retreat and then fight with a lot of walking corpses, and that's, I just don't have the firepower to kill this. So what do you, ladies and gentlemen, propose? Shall we go back, or shall we fight gloriously? So I say let's fight a bit, right? I mean, it's just too many mages. I'm just gonna melt to these mages even during the night. That's the problem. I will melt versus these mages even during nighttime. So I just don't feel it, to be honest. I just don't feel it. Okay, let's do something like that. Let's just recruit these dark adepts and let him attack us. So let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect. So let's just do this. And this one here, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect as well. So he won't be able to. This one can also run fast, run far. Maybe this one will be a bit better. He can run really well. Then this one can run perhaps from here. And this one can close the line. So if he does want to attack, he will have to attack into all this. And with this bat, watching over everybody. Okay, so you want to attack, very well, attack into this, not a problem, and we can take it from there. I'm not going to go all the way to the corner of the map with absolutely no way of coming back. So if he's going to slow down this goal and attack it, then so be it. I'm not going to be the one suiciding my units into his bank. I am going to prevent a zone of control here. Not sure whether this is the best idea. Probably this would be a bit better. This one is dexterous, so yeah, not sure about that. This one will hit 3, 4. Okay, probably this would be a bit better. Yeah, don't want to have tons of hits on one ghost. Okay. That should do it, and with another adept on this side, with more adepts on the other side, and the walking corpse effect, I think we should be in a better position. And perhaps this one was a mistake. I should have gone for the kill. However, I feel that I did not have enough dark adepts. So let's hope my ghoul does not get slowed down, and then we should be fine. And next turn I will have yet another, I would have gold for yet another adept, so that should be okay. He's not going to push all his units forward because he needs this village. He can't really turn the fight around on this area. He just can't. So, he does have 2 shamans and he's well prepared to deal with the poison. I need more adepts and then I should be fine. Of course he slows me down. I mean, why not? And probably I should, I know it's painful, but I probably need to say goodbye to this unit. It's basically it's hurting his supply at this moment. So yes, I'll be feeding him some experience, which will probably go into this, intelligent resilient shaman, if I'm honest with you. He will get it within 1 kill of leveling up, which is really nice for him. So yeah, now he can even go with the wowzers and attack. He does not really care. But I could also, it could have also been a fake retreat from my perspective. So I could just get him in a really weak position, thinking that I am retreating, and then attack back. Again, not enough adepts to do this kind of move, so that's why I chose to retreat. Anyway, this ghoul here on the village, I've been holding the village here for 1 turn, 2 turns, probably the 3rd turn as well, depends on my luck. Well, probably not. So this ghoul should have theoretically paid for itself. I need a more aggressive unit composition anyway, and this ghoul has had a dual purpose, covering, I would say even triple purpose, covering my retreat, holding the village, and at the same time forcing the Black Sword to spend his back. So now we are on equal footing in terms of banked funds, and with these walking corpses, with these ghosts and skeletons and these adepts, I should be able during a fight to start converting units, and that's when the odds return in my favor. But it remains to be seen, again, how many units does he commit, how does he position them, and at the same time, what does he do on this side. So I could choose to recruit in an adept soon here, and I could even try to push relatively easily. This one is resilient though, and this one is not resilient, so that one could be fine. Again, he's not pushing all in, so he's basically saying, I'm fine with this ghoul offering. I'm fine, I will take that. I could also be saying, I don't even want to give you this ghoul. I'm just going to stay here and fight, and I'm going to kill this shaman, and I'm going to form a line, and I'm going to fight with you. But he needs to bring the mages closer. If he does bring the mages closer, I'm not going to do that. If he now decides to push all these mages into the middle, I'm actually going to kill this shaman, and I'm going to form a line, and I'm going to fight. But that's not going to happen, because he will at least keep his mages on this side. So my best option is, unfortunately, I know it hurts, and I know it's very, very frustrating, but there's really no other way. I have to keep my ghoul here, or perhaps retreat the ghoul a bit, and but again, I would personally keep the ghoul where it is, because at least the mages, instead of some of the mages, okay, perfect. So he's banking, and he's not going to press the issue on the right hand side. So with this in mind, I need to skedaddle out of there, if that's even a word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that can be slowed down, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one cannot be slowed down anymore. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be relatively decent. So I am going to just run away. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one shouldn't be a problem. Oh, I'm just going to slow down this. Going to slow this shaman down. He has to go back and heal up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be absolutely no problem again. And this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No risks here. I'm happy the way I am. Maybe this one on this side, this one on this side, so that I have a few things here, a few things there. Another adept on this side, and perhaps it's time to ramp up the pressure here. If he does go for an all-in attack, it would be nice to have an adept, and I could replace the ghost with an adept, because the ghost is not doing much here anyway. So, and if things go south, I can always take the adept. Quick one, perfect. I can always take the adept to the other side as well. Okay, not that bad, I guess. Could have been worse. I'm being forced to play like this due to the fact that he has been banking in an absolutely disgusting manner. So let's see here. No, this one cannot affect me. Can it? Could try to move here 30%, and then this one here. But then I would still be able to run around like this. So no matter what, he can't really affect me, so I'm just going to stay wherever I am. Thank you very much. Now in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, he can't really affect me. I'm going to keep these units forward. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not going to do anything, is he? He shouldn't be able to. I'm going to take this ghost down a little. Maybe I could try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't really do that. I could try to put some pressure on this side, see how he reacts. He can defend relatively easily, right? But I do want to stop him from banking. Right, so I think I am going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yeah, not really sure. Let's just... He's just being way too cheeky here with his units, so... this one is dealing a lot of damage though. So I'm not sure. Perhaps 5 now. Perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this one should do it. No matter how he tries to zock the ghost there. 3, 4, 5, perhaps like that. He can zock the poisoner all he wants. And these are bones. Again, I'm just trying to trigger a response from him. I don't want him to be banking anymore, not this time. And I do have a walking corpse coming, and I do have a vampire bat in case he does try to do some shenanigans. I can grab some villages. So he has to decide, is he going to go the banking game again, or is he going to deal with these units, because there are no mages to be seen on this side. So I am willing to sacrifice yet another unit just to get some clarity here. I don't want to play the banking game because I feel that if he does get a disgusting amount of mages, I will lose this no matter what. Okay, so that should be enough to end turn. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. And we are back, and I'm not sure what happened here. You, ladies and gentlemen, not sure if you saw it or not. Probably not. There it is. He's switching his army around here. He's not recruiting yet, which is surprising. This one is quick. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's quick enough, I guess. Okay. Great, so at least I turned a mage around, which is okay to see. I'm guessing he's going for a captain. And yeah, that's it. Could try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can try here to get the ghoul. He will try to get the ghoul, most definitely. Let me see here if he can get anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So this one should be fine. So I could try to defend with walking corpse here. I'm not sure if it's really necessary, but I'm going to try anyway. And it's more of a bait than anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I'm guessing this should be alright. In case the ghoul dies and he gets the village with the scout, he should have a way to deal with the scout, more or less. Could even put 2, 3, 4, 5. this here as well, I guess. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one could also deal good damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one can still deal damage from here. And this one can still deal damage from here. And this walking corpse can manage either way, I feel. Sure whether I should put this here or not. Try to bait a bit. Definitely sending this on this side. Sure whether I should push it that far forward or not, but I want to trigger our response on this side as well. Let's see. See if the mage is coming or not. So yeah, not really sure whether I should be worried here or not. I mean, if he gets 3 out of 3, then this school dies, yeah, sure, but he will also deal a lot of damage back, so okay, I'm just going to put him here and see what happens, I guess. No reason to overcompute. He will bring the mage here, and then he will have to protect the mage from this side, so not sure whether it's worth it for him or not. I will be putting the ghost here as well, because it can go either way. And that should do it. 5, so if he does bring a unit here to protect the mage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can at least attack it with my leader. And that should be all, I guess. 2, 3, 6, so this one can go around if need be. And I do have yet another one here. That should be good enough. Let's see what he decides to do. I lost the unit, but I feel that I have the momentum at this point in time. He is under pressure to perform, deal damage. He does not want to walk inside this arch of, well, death, I guess, because there are a lot of undead units lying about. Also, I want to worry him on this side. I'm showing my adept. He can commit another mage, or perhaps he can recruit on this side. Remains to be seen. It's really important what he does here. Does he continue to bank? Does he commit? If he commits, I will. I have 4 adepts right now, and I do have at least 1 walking corpse lying about, so I will step in and I will dish out some damage, and I will take some risks. So it's ball is in his hand now. Ball is in his court now. Perhaps the fate of this attack is in his hand, and no matter what happens here, if it does not attack, I will definitely attack back, because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 adepts now, and 2 walking corpses with his next attack, so I'm not going to be playing around. I will be ruthless, and I do have also a decent force on this side with the walking corpse, so he will have to spread his attention. My units are just a bit cheaper than his, so his 20 gold units won't be able to be on both sides, so it remains to be seen whether this is good enough or not. I played textbook, so if I lose this, it's not due to a strategic decision, it's due to bad luck or tactical error. But this is basically, for your sake, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you play strategically, right? So I made sure that I countered to the best of my ability the Black Sword's banking. I made sure that I kept on par with the initial mobility from the Elves. I made sure I only lost 1 unit while accomplishing my objectives. It cannot always go perfectly well, but you know, you need to try your best. And I made sure I didn't change my plan 7 times. So I kind of followed the same thread, which is build up a sizable force with a healthy amount of ghosts thrown in, with decent buffer for the adepts, and finally with lots of adepts for attacking purposes. So, and also obviously doing a 2 prone attack. Now it might be too late, it might be that he already has the resources to defend this, it might not be such a strong attack after all, but at least I will make him divide his attention a bit. So at least I'm trying to. Again, it might be too late, it might be that he gathered enough heavyweight units like these bosses and mages, and there's nothing I could do anymore. However, if I do manage to get into an exchange and convert some walking corpses, I am in a relatively, I would be in a relatively good position. So it remains to be seen here what he chooses to do. Will he go for the walking corpse or not? He's bound to take some retail in, he's bound to place his units in a certain formation. I know he hates walking corpses, so his hand is itching right now to kill the walking corpse with a mage with a 9-2 attack. I am absolutely sure of it. So wows here, do not forget. Okay, and what happens with the recruits? Probably nothing, because I do have 4 visibility, so he's just going to continue banking. If he does continue banking, I will be, well, there's really nothing I can do. I can't really attack into a bunch of wowsers, but you see the difference. I'm always waiting in his village, right? He's always waiting in the middle of the field. So okay, yet another wows. So at least I forced a response from him. So this is a wows somewhere. Not sure we take it here. So I force this response. This would be a very strong defense from him, and is he recruiting something else? Perhaps another wows. Not really sure. But this will be absolutely terrible. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to stay outside the range of the mage. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not going to attack now against this. If he does, then he is a bit reckless. I'm sure he won't do 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 2. I'm just counting the the ways in which the wows can attack me. Perhaps a ghost here even. Okay, this one can't really reach me. This one maybe could. This one is quick, resilient, so 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to put my hand up and say he's not going to attack into this. Then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has enough of a reach, I feel. If he's here. This one again, enough of a reach because he's quick. This one, quick as well. He's not going to go for it. I dare him to attack into this now. There are two options here. Again, either recruit in an archer, which is terrible versus this army, or I wait for yet another adept. So, not really sure what would be the best strategy here. Is just that the archer is just so terrible. It's not even funny. So I'm going to wait for another adept, and on this side he can zone of control me a bit, I guess. So I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 as well. Okay, I'm not going to play his game. He wants to zone of control me, be my guest. Do it here. Do it here. Not a problem. And perhaps, well, this army is not going to do anything versus this one's, to be fair, so I do need. Not sure what this Elvish archer can do. He can't do a lot of damage, that's for sure. He can get in the middle of nowhere to attack me, but that's basically it. Could recruit a bone here. Deal more damage to some Elvish fighters, I guess. Prepare for that massive attack. Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to recruit archers simply because they are really terrible. Okay, that should do it. Right here, right now, that should do it. And I will be pumping up adepts to reinforce this on each flank if need be. And let's rock and roll. He will not attack into this, knowing the Black Sword and judging by what happened in this game so far. He will not attack into this. He will continue to defend. He will build up his wowzers numbers, and he will try to stall to get even more wowzers, even more mages. And yeah, he will not attack into this, I can tell you for sure. And I will be absolutely so decisive in terms of grabbing this village and pressing with the attack. Probably here again, adept after adept, reinforcing this army, whatever the army is, and try to get this zombie train going. It's not going to be easy. It's going to involve some luck, but it seems that I've been controlling the game for so long, and the Black Sword is not willing to take any risks, so it's up to us, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not postponing one more time. I do have here 3 adepts. 3 adepts should be able to kill an elvish fighter with normal luck, so I'm going to rely on normal luck. There comes a time, no matter how well you play strategically, there comes a time when you do need to start that fight, and you do need to deal that damage, roll those dice, and be a man. Try to deal with the consequences of your actions. So I've stalled so much in the hope that I could get a 2 prone attack that could deal a lot of damage. Now I can reinforce this with adept after adept, or I can try to put one more adept on this side to try to break him on this side. So I have some options. I do have some options, but the attack will have to happen now. It will have to happen here. I have good unit diversity on both sides. I feel should be able to deal with anything, at least in theory. Yeah, looking forward to this attack. There is nothing more I can do now rather than watch him retreat. I'm sure he's not going to walk into this. I'm absolutely sure. Let's see, is he going to recruit anything else or not? He's going to attack this bat one more time. Hopefully I will be upgrading my bat by the end of the game. This bat has been sending information all game long. And remember, I do have these level 0 units, so the more I spend on these level 0 units, the more ahead I get in supply. Now I'm not sure how many units he has at this moment. We can try counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least 12 as far as I can see. We do have 19, but remember 4 of them are level 0s, so I would say we only generate 15 supply versus 13 I believe we counted, so it's not that bad, to be honest. We shall see. These ghosts also, they don't deal real damage, so we have to be careful not to overcommit. This is not going to be as strong as the previous push because there are mages waiting around for us to overcommit, so I will need to be careful here. 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the adepts, most of the adepts will be able to put a lot of pressure on the village, so at least that's fine. Also, what's changed now is the walking corpse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be able to put pressure on that side as well. Or perhaps, well, this can always be considered as a backup to the main walking corpse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's good enough here. So they don't both need to reach the target, they just need to be in sequence. That's still good enough. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is one grand attack backed up by, I would say, very strong strategy, because what we achieved, we declared an objective and we achieved it, so nobody could argue that our strategy was not sound. So I will be pushing forward here. Not sure how far I want to go here with my units. Probably this one should be far enough. Trying here to lure some wowsers, I guess, but not sure whether it's worth it or not. Okay, let's do this. If you want to fight, no problem. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fight, but expose your units a bit as well. And here. This one here as well. He's not going to attack into this. For his sake, I hope he does not. And now, in terms of the battle, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really sure I can make anything happen here, to be honest. Feel more confident if I reinforce this side. Or perhaps sending one more adept here will just cause enough mayhem. Will force him to recruit yet another Wows here, although do not have anything to deal with those Wowses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but these two they don't deal real damage. So considering how he overcompensated a bit on this side, I am keen on reinforcing this side, hopefully quick, yes, and I will just keep stringing adepts all the way up there, and hopefully I will be exchanging in a very efficient manner. Now, I'm not sure whether I should keep my goal here or not. Probably I shouldn't show signs of weakness. I should try to deny his scouting, and okay, that should actually be good enough. Now probably play some mind games with the ghost, something like 2, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so the ghost can be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, perfect, so the ghost can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so the ghost can be here, and the ghost can hit from that side. And here the walking corpse can hit as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's good enough. It will have to do. I doubt he will attack into this now. At the break of dusk. And in terms of the ghost placement, that should do it. Really. Okay, I shouldn't show fear here. I should deny scouting, and I should show that I'm reinforcing this side when in fact I'm reinforcing the other. It might work, it might not. Small mind games does not really matter. I feel that what happens here is the most important part of the game. So I'm going to enter now, unless I forgot something, which I don't think I did. And there it is, dusk here. Will he retreat? Will he fight? We shall see pretty soon. He's trying to scout again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He won't be able to see whether I recruited on the right hand side or not. He won't be able to see it. What he will be able to see is probably the ghost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You'll be able to see the ghost is not here, so the ghost is probably doing some shenanigans. So he needs to address those shenanigans, most likely. You can also just turn around and kill my ghosts, but that would be an absolutely terrible move. Because in theory, at least, I should be able to convert some of his mages into walking corpses. He shouldn't fight into this with these shamans. He shouldn't. Again, with the adept in the mix here, I could always get lucky, hit 2 out of 2, get some damage with the skeleton archer, and convert a walking corpse. So this is actually quite a, although it does not match the numbers of the enemy, it is quite a, I wouldn't say scary, but I would say a decent force. It needs to be taken seriously, right? So Okay, he's actually not being impressed. He sees nothing reinforcing this. He probably saw the ghost, so he's probably thinking, oh, the ghost is still here, so he's actually going to fight. If I get here all the hits, doesn't really matter. It just doesn't deal enough damage, and to be honest, I don't deal enough damage versus this wows, so I'm not able to push into this, not with a skeleton archer. This is just basically here trying to look stronger than I actually am. He's banking again, which is extremely annoying. Let's count the units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So he has 15. I have 20, but remember I lost one, so I actually have 19. 19 minus 4, 15. So it's 15 minus 15. I did have this village for longer, so say we are neck and neck. I do have the level 0s on top of everything, which, yeah, they are fine, but they are not that significant, if I'm completely honest with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this could make something happen. This walking corpse here, however, it's too far away. This walking corpse is the one that matters in this attack. I will be taking again the village. I will be pushing my units forward, and this time I will be making a statement that I do want to end the game right here, right now. Hopefully it will work. Hopefully I will not just lose my ghosts, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll have to be a bit 2, 3, 4, 5. It will have to be a bit a more conservative line here. It can't be on top of this terrain. It will have to be just a bit more conservative. However, it should be enough to threaten this village here and make him, take me seriously on this side. Where is he going to recruit? I bet you 2 more wowsers are coming right now, and there is absolutely nothing I can do against them. But no need to speculate, as the game will unfold before our eyes relatively soon. And I'm not banking anymore. I am recruiting. I am going all in right now. He knows it or not, I don't really care. He's bringing the mage on this side. I could try to hit the wows really, because he does not have... Might actually do that. Could try to hit the wows, put pressure here, see how he reacts, basically. There's no harm in that. If I hit twice, then yay for me. If I don't hit twice, then I'll probably lose the skeleton archer, and there'll be loads of problems. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to deal with this. So first things first, I guess. This one as far as possible. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing this one is a better position. Forgot about that, of course. This one, just ensure this one does not get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that should be fine. Intelligent, quick. Okay, I'm not exposing myself. I am exposing myself, just not foolishly. Or at least I would like to think so. sure it will do anything here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, just I think here I can even push the ghost forward. I mean, he needs 3 out of 3 to kill it. I need some kind of bait, right? So he actually pushes his units forward. So I will. This one can even get into water if needed. 3. It's not going to happen, is it? Okay, go for it. Go for this clump of terrain. Go for this ghost. Just do something, please. I'm utterly bored. And now on this side, I could try to force him to commit some units back, but the thing is, I will probably die here. Won't be able to, I mean, I just don't have enough units to defend myself. So here I should probably go back. Not really sure, to be completely honest with you. I could hit and I could deal some damage. 1, 2, 3. Try to. It's just that this one deals so much damage and does not get any retail in. Wow. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. We are all in at this moment in time. And if we can soften this wows well enough, then we should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be able to go back around here. 2, 3. This one shouldn't be able to hurt us much. And walking corpse. Oh, it remains to be seen with the ghost. Do we go around or not? The bat, I guess, can hit from this side, so I guess the ghost goes back. And this one goes here. And now basically he needs to have a response. Oof. Yeah, it's not the most. It's not the best, but it would have to do. I can't do better than this. I need to put pressure on both sides, force some sort of split from his troops, force at least a recruit from that side, and I need to be able to reinforce. Now it remains to be seen where to reinforce. Reinforce on the left hand side or on the right hand side. Always a tough one. I feel that this is going to be absolutely blown away by his forces, but at the same time, if this force conquers here, reinforcements will have to go a long way, whereas if this is going to break, then reinforcements are absolutely needed. So I'm just going to reinforce on the right hand side and hope for the best. Now again, boys in his court. Perhaps this is a bit cheeky, yeah, but I am not going to watch as another turn goes by and the black sword banks ever again. And if I'm winning this goes with the title, How to Beat a Banker. This is how it goes on YouTube. Mark my words, this is going to be the title. I hope I'm still recording, by the way. It's been so long that I'm not even sure whether one of my pauses has actually cancelled the video or not. So hopefully I'm still recording and you guys are getting all this strategy. 38 wows should be relatively easy to kill. Come on. That is absolutely annoying. The mage is going to hit it now, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully he can dodge a bit. But I'm definitely attacking this side then, and I will just keep reinforcing with these adepts and hope for the best, I guess. Come on, Miss. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I've seen worse. Of course. Should have been. So it's a 3 out of 4. I guess it's, it's to be expected. But this force is rapidly just spiraling out of control, and at least he did not hit 1,000,000 times, which is okay. But this mage is going to hurt. He needs to miss once. He can't just hit 3 out of 3. That would be absolutely ridiculous. And I do have the bat here to try and convert this shaman into a walking corpse. And if I do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. This has been... I don't know. If he goes for it and he misses once, I only need him to miss once. That would be absolutely fantastic. But again, my force is slowly dwindling down. Nothing I can do about it. And at least I basically forced him to address my troops here. I really doubt I can kill anything anymore. Maybe if I do hit twice with the bats, and then once with never mind, I don't need to hit 2 out of 2 with the walking corpse, which never happened as we know it, not for us at least. This particular wows could die if the adept hits 2 out of 2. Again, it's really annoying that this hit, how many times? 2 out of 2, I guess, the archer. So already this force is bound to die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. They generated the attention of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, perhaps 6. So it's not too bad, I guess. So at least this force here has a fair chance at breaking through. Not really sure. We will see. So if I do choose to go back with these, which I won't, because this is a slowed skeleton archer and he's not coming back home, as we both know, then this adept will definitely come in handy. It's just this ghoul took in so much damage, it's just ridiculous. Well, it's +6, +9 inflicted. Well, remains to be seen here. I hope I basically generated enough commotion here that he does an error on this side. If not, and if he deals perfectly well with this attack and I don't do anything on this side, then it's going to be absolutely gruesome for me. It's game over. It's lights out. There's nothing else I can do here. So yeah, waiting on the black sword. Okay, I can still try and get yet another. Wow, this is not going well. Nothing I can do versus this Wowzers, no matter how hard I try. I believe we are up against a better faction. The matchup is not with us. I can definitely try here to take some risks versus this Wows. I just feel that it won't work. I can definitely try to soften him up a bit. Definitely try to do that with the ghosts and with an adept here and there. But most of the units will be staying behind doing absolutely nothing. So that's not a great position to be in. There's no way the Wows is dying to 2 out of 2s from the adepts, and if I do put my adepts forward, they are going to die to Elvish fighters. Although none of them is strong, they are going to die to Wow's attacks. So yeah, this one can get 18 damage from the ghost, and then the adept with 2 out of 2 can potentially kill it. What am I talking about? It's my luck, so probably it will not happen. This vampire bat, if he hits once, and if the... okay, never mind, that's gone as well. That ship has sailed. So there it is, 2 more Wowzers. So Yeah. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I can't break through this. It's impossible. So if I do take risks here, he's just going to regenerate. I do need luck, and as you know, as you can see here, I don't have luck. So yeah, this is not looking good. So he banked so hard. He does have his wowzers now. Yeah, not really sure what I could do here, unless I hit 3 out of 3. So 27 plus 27 with the skeletons. Unless that happens, then yeah, which let's be honest, that never happens. We could try now. I mean, if the skeletons hit 6 out of 6, we are in business. If they don't, we've basically lost the game. Yeah, here I don't see myself doing much, to be honest. There's going to be mages and they're going to absolutely demolish my ghost. So, not really sure what to do. Well, definitely try with the skeletons, I guess. I'm guessing no matter what happens, this particular slot here can only be taken by a ghost. So, and the leader can't really reach him. So I'm guessing ghost attacking here is okay. Okay, so ghost dealt relatively okay damage here. Now, in terms of this one here, I don't know, 3 out of 3 now if it happens, as you can see. So that's going to be again problematic for us. We can put the ghosts forward, most definitely. And perhaps even attack one more time with this skeleton here, but then we will have a very, very weak army next turn. It's just not going to cut it. Yeah, not really sure here, to be honest with you. Okay, let's do this. So, at least that WoWs is softened up a bit. Then the ghost can deal. Could try to put the resilient one here and hope that he goes for it. Probably would have been wiser to put the skeleton here and then the adept the other way around. The ghost could go here, but I just don't see it doing all that much, to be honest. So from this perspective, I'm just gonna put the ghost on this side and get a lot of damage from this wows. Now, not really sure what to do here. Perhaps try and I really don't know. Try to attack also here with my adepts, since my adepts don't seem to be doing anything. So like that. The quick one should be here. Guessing this one can reach here at least. And this quick one can reach here as well. Sure whether this is a good placement or not, but I can definitely try. I do need some spaces to move back though. I must not fall into the trap of trapping my own units. So okay, that one would have a relatively good reach, and should be it. And this one next turn should be able to put more pressure here if need be. So I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could leave it on this side, okay. And yeah, now in terms of what happens on this side, definitely pushing this forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in terms of what happens here, that's not going to be pretty. You're not going to like it. Can definitely start retreating, or I can go all the way. 37. This doesn't look pretty at all, does it? See how much I deal with this, I guess, and then go for broke in terms of turning this into a walking corpse. I do have 5 hits on it, so I really don't know here. So let's see, let's try. This one doesn't do much, but this one is not coming home, so I might as well try this. How much do I hit here? Okay, relatively decent hits. Now if I could get a 2 out of 2 with an adept, but if I do go for this, the adept will die here. That would be all she wrote. So of course misses, why not? It's not all bad, so I could try to can deal some more damage here. 5-3, see what I can do. Okay, good. So now with the relatively normal luck, I should be able to convert this into a walking corpse. Yay! Great, that is actually good news, ladies and gentlemen, because it means that now I can have some sort of, don't know, some sort of plays here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for example, if he goes for my ghost, at least I have something to hit him with in terms of my Dark Adept here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why you always recruit a walking corpse. So yes, 1-1, and I do have a walking corpse. And if things prolong here, then this adept will die, this one will die. I believe my ghost will die as well now with these 2 mages here, but at least I'm luring the mages away from the main fight. I'm not really sure whether this is worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knowing that this will die no matter what, perhaps it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perhaps it's wise to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perhaps it's just wise to. Right, he can still surround my ghost if he wishes to. He can still do that. Not sure if I should perhaps, considering that I have walking corpses here, perhaps try to put pressure on this fighter. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So he will need to. Right, he will need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it does go here and tries to kill my walking corpses, he will. So at least force, if the fighter does want to go for my Dark Adept, at least I should be able to get the village with the ghost and force these mages somewhere away from this attack, right? So at least it's something. Plus with the scout gone, he can't really cover this village that well, so if he does go around with this elvish fighter, I can at least grab the village back, no matter how he places the elvish fighter. So the elvish fighter has to stay here, unless he absolutely desperately wants to kill the adept, at least lose 1 more village, right? So from this perspective, and seeing how here I'm all blocked, and that not much was going to happen, I'm going to go with another Dark Adept, and luckily for me it's quick again. So this vampire bat is sitting pretty, so he should sit tight. He's able to potentially help on each and every side of the battle, and let us basically move forward with 10 out of 16 villages. In theory, again, in theory, I should be able to keep reinforcing this and at least have decent exchanges. And you saw basically the power of the walking corpse here, and he's probably going to go for this walking corpse after he kills this skeleton archer. And hope I did not forget any important unit, and we shall hopefully survive this. If we survive this with minimal casualties, it's game over, but I have a feeling he's just going to kill absolutely everything he sees here. So remains to be seen how he wants to play this. Fortunately, this Wows is just going to cause more and more trouble. He's going to clean absolutely everything here. As you can see, he's quite efficient at it. He's doing a great job. And this Elvish Archer with his melee attacks, he's definitely going to go for Dark Adept, and he is going to kill it, knowing my luck or his luck, depending on how you want to look at it. He is definitely going to oh god, of course, no problems there. And yeah, this is a highly inefficient exchange for me. I'm not dealing any damage back, and I'm only luring his units away from the main fight. So this goes back to getting a lot of damage initially from this fighter, getting slowed here from this Elvish Shaman. But again, I don't really have a choice, right? There's always going to be an Elvish Shaman slowing me down, right? There's really not much I can do about it. So there's always going to be Wowses. I'm always going to be attacking into something terrible, right? So really not much that I can do about it. I can't try here to kill the Elvish fighter, but it will need I will need a lot of luck, and I am short in luck supply. And as you can see, absolutely everything here is getting demolished. So probably I shouldn't have recruited a Dark Adept. I should have recruiting a Ghost, which I'm going to do next turn. This Ghost can still get this village, but I wonder how much use that would be for me. I am sacrificing quite a lot of units here, as you can see. It's freeing up supply, yeah, so that's absolutely fine. Take the good things out. It's freeing up supply. Now this particular skeleton is going to be absolutely demolished by this Wows. Well, maybe not. Now I could kill this Wows if I get the Adepts to hit. I can definitely kill it. Remains to be seen if that will actually happen or not. Luckily for me, I can move this skeleton back, so I can make way for the big guns, which hopefully won't miss that much. Knowing my luck, they will miss a lot, but again, remains to be seen. There's just too many Wowses here. Yeah, I should be going back now. Basically trying to get away with my village advantage. The problem with that is I've already lost a lot of units here. I'm fully committed. I wanted to distract him from this side, from the left hand side, so I'm fully committed here. It's not be pretty with these Wowses tanking as they do. Yeah, it's just there's no other way, right? There's just no other way. I need to play as a orc, more or less. Probably here, I just don't know what I could have done better, to be honest. It's just, I took it all to the grand final attack. Probably I should have taken more risks in the beginning, but it's just brutal taking risks versus those Wowses. They just don't die, do they? Not sure what else to do here, honestly, other than place my Adepts on 50% and hope that I get lucky, or hope that I get 2 out of 2s. Would be nice to get a 4 out of 4 anytime soon. These are just going to hurt, absolutely hurt. I should retreat now, I should heal up, but as you know, Undead does not have the option to heal up like both does. So yeah, I'm just going to end it here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go all in. It's just taken too much time, and with this banking style, we've done our best. We had a chance here. It's not going to work out, apparently. So yeah, what can we do? Anyway, he can hold here for ages with these vases, and taking the game for so long, basically, it just helped him increase those vase numbers. So not really something I can do anything about other than hope that my adepts hit 2 out of 2. Perhaps kill this elvish shaman, turn him into a zombie. But I do need some luck. I do need some hits here. I do need my skeleton to hit 3 out of 3, which, as we all know, never happens. Well, enough with speculating. Let's see what he actually does here. Okay, so this one goes back. It's going to die anyway. This one has 48, so I would need to hit basically 4 out of 4 with the adepts. Not really sure here whether I could do that or not. This one is not going to die no matter what, so I might as well move this. This would be 7 here. So again, I'm not really sure. Let's just hit this and see what happens. So the ghost can perhaps go here, and this one can try his luck. Great, so at least I can make a zombie here, which is good. Hopefully. Okay, zombie, and no more healing, no more slowing down. That's great. Now in terms of this guy here, again, he's not going to die unless I hit him a lot, and I doubt I will. However, I am bound to try. I'm all in at this moment in time, and those were some alright hits in terms of this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably that would be the best option, to be honest, if I'm completely honest with you. I'm not sure though. Resilient, intelligent, definitely moving this guy, then moving him 2, and then bringing this one here, and I need 2 out of 2 there. Of course I'm not going to get it, but at least these adepts are on 50%, and at least I killed 1 unit. Now in terms of these vases, they are both going to heal, and it's going to be an absolute pain to deal with them later on. Now, should I just... not really sure here if I should just use my adept. He does have a healthy amount of fighters. I could just try to deal as much damage as possible to these adepts. Try to use my adepts to the best of their ability. Now, not sure whether here it would be wise to put the ghost. Actually, don't have anything else to put there other than the bat, I guess. So it's time to bring the bat out. Of course, he can go for these adepts, but so he can go for these adepts, so he can actually go for a lot of units here. I don't know what I did here with these ghosts, to be honest. Can try to put this or the ghost. Not really sure which one it should be. Probably the ghost. This one definitely has the potential to deal more damage though. 24 versus 18. does a lot of damage on the ghost. This one also has the potential to go here, so okay, let's just do this. Try to protect that as much as possible. Okay, this one goes here, and perhaps the bat should 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on where this goes. This might be a perfect idea or a terrible idea. He will have a lot of targets here, so I'm not really sure whether what I'm doing here is worth or not. If there is any time to attack the wows, then that is it. 48 still be that is a ton of hit points, so I'm going to put this here, I guess. Trying everything and nothing at this point, so I'm really not sure how I should be playing this. So I would say this one should move forward so it can convert some more units into zombies if it gets the chance. This one should try to prevent a break just in case this ghost dies. This one should stay put, I guess. Not really sure. Probably that one shouldn't have been there. Probably this one should have been there. So in case this one dies, at least I have 2 adepts to respond. However, these will not get any damage in, so whether I should get the village there or not. I could try here to do 24 and then, well, I could go for, never mind, it's not going to happen, of course. So I could go here for trying to wound this archer. Could try to go for 2 out of 2 here, trying to break him basically. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, that was an absolutely huge kill. And now this validates my strategy here. So now 5-3, already looking pretty with the ghost grabbing the village, so, and the bat being absolutely annoying here. So from this perspective, this was a bad move because I can't really protect this adept. However, I'm trying to get his units low so that I am trying to, okay, 2, 2, 3, that won't be able to hit those, so not really sure whether I should have my adepts here, whether I have enough adepts or not. Probably diversifying my arsenal is a good idea. Can this ghost die? Definitely can, and then I would rather have a skeleton archer here on the village rather than an adept. This one should be able to hit anything, and I'm not going to think about it because my brain is going to be fried. What I can do is recruit another adept, I guess, or perhaps, considering that there is a wows here, well, not really sure, perhaps another adept. It's just perhaps a skeleton. Perhaps a skeleton would be better, and I should reinforce this side here whenever I get the chance, because these units are going to start dropping like flies. So let us see here if this plan will work or not. Again, it's all about the random number generator this turn. Remember, it is Dawn, so he will deal a ton of damage. All these units will absolutely vanish. They will all die. Now, it remains to be seen whether I did enough damage now or not to capitalize on this situation. And he's going in with the leader. I kind of lost track of that, if I'm completely honest with you. I didn't realize he will be able to go in with the leader, so that is my bad. And now I am suddenly in a difficult situation without being able to use my adepts. And yeah, you can't get everything right, can you? Yeah, that was my bad. Now, his mages are still alive, and the mages are the ones which are going to hurt. I do need to rebuild a healthy army, no matter where that army is. I need to rebuild it, so I do need some skeletons into that army, and I'm probably going to lose all this army here, and I'm not going to be, in terms of kills, losses, I'm not going to be on top of anything, so that is going to absolutely hurt again. Now, he does need to put another unit here though, because otherwise I'll go with Ghost, I'll come with Archer, and then I'll finish off with Adept again if I get my hits right. So from this perspective, at least he had to commit 3 units here. Now, I'm not sure if he can manage to divide his attention between this front and this front. This bat here is incredibly juicy. He can kill it with 1 Wow's hit, if he gets the hit, that is. Or he can bring in the mage, but then if it does bring in the mage, this Ghost is going to be absolutely happy here. Yes. Come on, miss once. You could miss once. I know it's a mage, but you could miss once. Yeah, that is pretty bad. So I was expecting another unit to be wasted on that walking corpse. It's still good he wasted mage, I guess, so can't complain about that, but still, it could have missed 1 more time. So here he needs to miss once, of course, full hits, and this is what is going to break us, ladies and gentlemen. Full hits from the mages. They deal absolutely tremendous damage when they hit 3 out of 3. It's not even funny. Then he hits like so many units, 9-3. We don't have anything left to fight with, and his Wazes are healing. So yeah, it's not looking pretty at all. I'm not going to lie. We do have 11 villages out of 16, so that is a very, very, very small, almost insignificant consolation prize. What we do need to do is kill these mages, or kill these Wowzers, none of which we have done, so it's going to be absolutely horrendous. We do have 4 hits on this Wows, but I'm not sure we are going to capitalize on that. We do have a lot of mages, so it would be really nice if we could eliminate at least 1 Wows from this attack. However, as I said, I really doubt that would happen. Well, given how his mages worked here, at least we can give it a try with this Elvish fighter. So remains to be seen, obviously. And if we keep reinforcing this side, he should break eventually. Problem is, next turn we can't really recruit 2 units. We have to keep recruiting these strings of 1 unit and hope for the best. It's just not going to happen. Now, he does need to address this walking corpse, because this walking corpse is about to level up, so he does need to attack it with either Wows or Elvish fighter or mage, and it is an annoying, it is really annoying for him. So this would be annoying, but I'm pretty sure he will prioritize this walking corpse. Ghosts, if he kills the ghost from 3 out of 3, then I mean what else can we do, to be honest? It would not be fair, but that would be the nail in the coffin for us. Now, again, try to kill this Elvish fighter. We do need some decent luck try to kill this wows with extremely high casualties, but yeah, absolutely perfect, 2 out of 2. So yeah, there's really nothing we can do here. It's incredibly, he's trading incredibly efficiently, and now he's going to go for the ghost with 3 out of 3 again, or perhaps for the walking corpse. Thing is, the walking corpse can't really do much, so this is a quick mage. Of course, he hates walking corpses. With black sword, that is, he hates them, so yeah, don't blame him, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect again. You know, as perfect a situation like this could be. Guess it's not that bad. I wouldn't call it perfect. Most definitely not perfect. This ghost can choose to stay here and die a gruesome death, or it can try to, I'm really not sure what it can try to do, but it can definitely nevertheless try. Oh, I need to kill these targets, very high profile targets. I'm not sure whether he will block or not. He can't block with the wows, so at least that's the beauty of fighting in this corner. He can't really block with the wows. Now, in terms of my bat here, can't really do much with it, can I? It'd be great if I could get this Elvish fighter, but I'm not sure I can get it. Need some 2 out of 2s here on this Elvish scout. Again, doubt it will happen. Okay, at least I brought this to suicide it, and really not sure how I should play this now. Should I play with this one first? This one is not going to deal any real damage, so I might as well play him from the water. Okay, if I take this ghost here, the ghost is probably going to die, so yeah, most likely the ghost would be better used here. It's not going to be any use to me over there, so I would say, and try to kill this with 1 hit. Okay, great. Now, at least I killed 1 more unit. Now, in terms of this particular wows, it's going to be a tough one. So, I am going to. How much do I need? I need 5 hits from 6/3 adepts. That should most definitely happen. So, with normal luck, I guess, which is something that never happens. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Now I could try again with this one from the back again. Okay, that's great. So this one has 8, 4, 2. Yeah, I could use this ghost because this ghost can't really do anything. So I can use this ghost and get the kill with it, and then get some more damage into this mage. That would be pretty. Okay, so at least this ghost got the kill. Probably would have been better to get it with a walking corpse, but I did want to put some more pressure on this mage. The mage is just waltzing too nicely. Now, in terms of this particular Elvish scout, I can block it with the ghost there, most definitely, and also hit it with the. So I can try to hit the. No, Dark Adept definitely needs to go here and deal some damage there. Of course, getting hit 10 million times. And in terms of the ghost. Ghost would definitely need to go. So Ghost would need to go. This one go here. Devils definitely, and then Ghost will go on this side. Okay, so this one should reduce the mage to 8, but then the mages will absolutely be terrifying. And this one, I don't think he's gonna deal any damage whatsoever, so I might as well. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so I killed the wolves, I killed the fighter, but at what cost? It's not worth it if you ask me. In terms of this bat is going to die. Most I could do is basically, of course, well, get him even closer to death, because why not? Now, in terms of what's happening on this side, I would need to try and put the pressure up again. I feel that I should be reinforcing this side as well. It just feels that here I have more space to have an impact rather than there. Now, in terms of this mage, he will go back, and he will, again, this elvish fighter will get the kill here, so it would be absolutely terrible. So from the perspective of this ghost though, what I could do, I can again try a middle of the road solution, and I could go with the ghost somewhere here. Or block the leader somehow. Not really sure. You know, try to catch retreating units somehow, some way, force him to, although it's very easily blocked with a unit here on this particular water, but perhaps hold the village, not sure. He will try to go for the ghost, that is for sure, and he will kill it eventually, so perhaps it's better to stay away from the mage, even if it means losing the village. I'm not really sure here, ladies and gentlemen, what to do. He will have to kill the ghost and get the village next turn, so I'm guessing trying to reduce his, and the ghost might even survive, so trying to reduce his income is always great. Also making his units go here instead of keeping them in the fighting area, it's also a nice plus. Yeah, this is not looking good for us. We are just not trading efficiently. And in terms of, can try here to, can be sneaky. Like this is going to work. Okay, so that's it. That's the most we could do. And this is when things are starting to become really, really, really rough. He's going to start leveling up his units, and he is going to absolutely destroy us. Okay, 1 hit, 1 miss on the ghost, please. 2 misses, that's even better. So at least the ghost will heal up and get to live another day. We will get to mount our attack here with, hopefully, oh, come on. He could have missed one more time there. He could have redistributed the experience in a manner which is great for us. Well, it's a strong, intelligent, at least it's not resilient, at least in theory it will die to adepts. Anyway, this is getting ridiculous here with all these mozes, and we will not be able to hold the line. I feel that everything is just going to melt now. It really depends on how much these mages are going to hit. We do have some experience into this ghost, but that's basically it. We don't have anything else going for us. This particular dark adept is going to die relatively easily to whatever decides to hit him. So we'll hit this skeleton archer. 1, 2, okay, he's going for it, and he's going to get the kill here and get a level 2, which is terrible. It's going to be an elvish captain, most likely. Yes, and now we could, well, we can't do anything really. Other than keep recruiting adepts and pray that they will actually hit. And yeah, basically it. That's basically it. They will actually hit, which, as we saw, does not happen that frequently. 13-5, I believe. This is something we cannot come back from. This is my understanding, but no, nevertheless we tried. We had a good strategy. Could have been better in terms of hits here in the beginning of the attack. It was quite a risky move. We were hoping to